Is your jumper pink or white?
Pink.
Or was it white
It's clearly not white.
and
It's
a red sock was put in the wash with it?
Is your shirt green or yellow?
It's clearly not yellow, is
Well,
it?
it's clear. This is clear not white.
Yeah, but in that light, it kind of looks a little bit white.
Shame in it.
What you
Don't
done
know,
there?
don't know how that happened. Ink on the sleeve. Put on this morning, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I wasn't going to take off again, I was late.
You should have just done it on the whole top. It'd be like tie-dye then.
Yeah, no.
But that's what he's done anyway.
Bringing it back.
Like a turquoise monster.
Do you remember ever doing tie-dye in school?
No.
No.
I mean...
Did you do? Oh no, I did.
It's one of them random things where you just like, for some reason, this week we're tie-dyeing shirts. Bring a white shirt in.
Yeah, no, we did.
tie a load of,
and
like,
you tie
elastic
like
bands and
elastic
shit
and
around it.
like
Cord or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
String. Just string it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
up, like, and chuck it in. Yeah, I do remember
And just
doing
chuck
that.
it in like what, bleach or something.
Yeah.
Is it?
I've got no idea what it
I
is.
can't remember what it is. Yeah. But for some reason that just stuck in my mind because I took a Snoopy top in and I was like, oh fuck that Snoopy top up now.
How old were you?
It's primary school, so I can't remember how
I was
old
going
it
to say, it's not like a GCSE.
It's not. Yeah. Didn't do it in like a breaking exam. So like, right,
Right.
you've had an hour on the first test. Now you're gonna have the tie-dye T-shirt before you go up to the
Put
final
the
bit.
shampoos in. Anyway, right. Enough about Snoopy, more about the football.
Hello and welcome to the Football Humans. We are in the Nell this week, which is a pub on Drury Lane, which we normally frequent and do the podcast in. And obviously, like the guy to my right, Mr. John Berry has just said. Say
I'm
that.
not laughing. John Berry, Heart of Midlothian. Hello.
There you go. And opposite us is Mr. Michael Felton.
Hello, Chelsea.
Chelsea. And
What's
I
happening?
am.
Aggressive today, right?
He is a bit aggressive.
Trying to know.
Can I say my name? My name is Andrew Ragg, and I've already said it. There you go.
And who's your team?
Liverpool.
Right, we'll say that then.
And we're going to kick off this week by... Yeah, well, let's start with Liverpool then. Have they thrown it away?
I think they have.
Point behind.
Right, let's move on.
That's that done.
Do you know what the thing is? Look, it's not as if
We both like grinned a little, like grimaced a little bit, and we're like, yeah.
You have actually,
Sorry,
yeah.
I think maybe they have.
It's not as if Liverpool are now going to drop loads of points on a bad run. It's just the fact is because Man City are so good, Liverpool actually probably need to win every game.
I mean, Man City.
Because Man City won't drop
let's
points.
be realistic though. Man City got a bit of luck this weekend.
They did get a bit of luck.
I mean,
they
obviously
did
they had
have
a lot of the ball.
83% possession or whatever it
But
was.
it's just like, you know, it was one of them where you could, like loads of other games, you've had, oh, this is they're just never going to score. It's going to be 0-0.
Yeah.
But they got so many backup players that
I know.
The squad's
if like
so good,
20
yeah.
of them are not doing it, the 21st guy will fucking do
Well,
it.
Bernardo Silva signed a new contract. Did you see that today?
No.
Bernardo Silva, and I've not really seen much of him because he's not really started that many games. Has he?
Yeah, he starts
player,
quite a lot
yeah.
recently.
Well, I've not seen him too much of him, but he's signed a new 5-year deal for $200,000 a week.
You've been blocking like one eye when you're watching it, so you can't see him down the wing.
And just there's no right-sided players. It's all hanging on the left side.
I know it's a cliche, but it's kind of one of those things where it's now out of Liverpool's hands. If both teams win every single game, City win the league.
But then
They're a
there's
point
also
behind.
the thing that Klopp said, is it like, now the pressure is that on City?
Well,
As like, being the one being chased?
maybe.
I don't know. He was just.
Maybe.
I think
I
he was
mean-
just putting a few things out there to make it better.
I think Klopp, yeah. Did you see the thing about the ball boy? So the ball boy was giving Klopp.
I watched the video.
He gave him some lip about like, oh, you can't even win this World Cup final or whatever because he said it was like a World Cup final, didn't he?
No, but
Can't even win this final.
Klopp was raging, but like, if I was in
What
Klopp's
did Klopp do? Batter him?
No, that's the thing. It's hard not to though because the Klopp
It's hard not to.
because the guy was saying something to Klopp, but Klopp was walking off, and Klopp went up to him and was like, and the guy was just like clapping in his face.
him,
He was
yeah.
going.
And doing this.
Clap,
Yeah.
but he's just
Yeah.
basically that, but clapping. And Klopp was like saying something. He was like basically saying, "Do you know what? Like, you're not." He was like.
Yeah.
So Klopp's just thinking, I just want to smash your little fucking face in. But then he just walked off smiling, going, Like,
Imagine he
okay.
did. He
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah, it's like,
boff.
I know. But that's the thing. Remember that time when Ronaldo went to get the ball? The Atletico Madrid ball boy was like put his arm out holding the ball and they just went shoved up his head when Ronaldo went to get the ball.
Well,
And Ronaldo was like, do you not remember?
Hazard, wasn't it? Do you remember? The Swansea?
Yeah.
Swansea
Well, that's
ball
what
boy
should
wouldn't let
happen.
go of it.
That's what should happen.
And
Give him a
Hazard,
fucking
all he was doing was trying to kick the ball, but he ended up kicking him up the arse or whatever. Like,
Yeah, but the guy was telling that's what should happen. If folk are going to take it, they're going to give it out, say, I'm going to hold the ball. So fine, I'll kick you up the arse and you thought, It'd be funny if Ronaldo did that, or Klopp was like, he's like 8, he's like,
all the other ball boys piling in.
Yeah, I know.
Klopp versus like 6 ball boys or whatever.
Jordan Henderson runs in and gets battered.
He's like snapping necks left, right, and centre.
Biting them.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Well, he blamed the wind a little bit
He did
as well,
blame the
didn't he?
wind.
So he said it was very windy,
I
didn't
mean, it
help
was a
the
windy
game.
day, but
You can't blame the
it's
wind
not-
for Salah not
just
scoring
not
and not
happening.
firing. It's
I mean,
not looking good.
we've been
like,
saying it all season. And, match of the day are picking up on it now.
They've been listening to the
But it's like-
podcast, obviously.
Yeah. But no, they're just not all working together at the same time, and they're not as productive as they were last year.
listen, how many points are Man City going to drop all season? Probably hardly any if they do, right?
Well, exactly.
And if Liverpool, even if Liverpool win 90% of games and draw a couple, it's like that's still great. And Liverpool will finish with a great return. They might finish Liverpool might finish with 80 odd points or 90 points, which is a winnable.
Yeah.
They should normally win the league, but Man City are so
Well, look
good.
what Man City did last year. Do you know what I mean? They broke a record that
So-
no one thought it was break.
Obviously, I want Liverpool to win the league.
Do you?
I'm a bit. Yeah, I've never brought that up.
Why do you want that?
What are you guys saying? Are you saying because a few weeks ago you were saying Liverpool probably should win the league?
Well, that's when they're about
What are you
9 points
thinking now?
clear.
What are you thinking now?
Man City will win the league.
Are
Yeah.
you saying Man City definitely are going to win the
Yeah.
league? 10 games to
The
go.
only way they wouldn't is
thinking
if
Man City,
Liverpool and
yeah.
Man City still have to play again, and Liverpool beat them,
There is that.
because that's the only team I think could beat Man City is Liverpool.
No, but
Maybe
they've,
Man-
they've lost
maybe-
to like some.
I say maybe Man United at Old Trafford, but I'm just getting carried away with the Solskjaer.
Fucking Man United fan. Why are you bringing up Man United again?
Listen,
Because he can't stop
if all
thinking
Man United
about
are fit, they've got a strong team as Man City and Liverpool.
No.
No way.
Let me just finish.
Get a grip, will ya?
Not the centre backs, but everyone else. Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not that midfield. But the midfield is what they also match they highlighted about Liverpool is like the lack of goals from midfield.
Yeah.
Which so if the
creativity
front three
as well.
aren't doing it,
yeah.
then
But-
it's like.
But yeah,
there's no goals
Shaqiri
going
on the
really
bench
well.
and he didn't bring him on. Like there's stuff like that. That's a bit.
Yeah,
But
what happened
hold on.
there?
The midfield was Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson. So it's like, so what are you expecting?
then-
I mean, the fact is, they're playing front three is Salah, Origi or whatever, and Mane. So that should be a goal. You've got 3 attacking players. You've got the midfield to push up, like Wijnaldum to come and support.
Yeah, but they're saying about creativity as well. Like if we had Coutinho in there,
But
spraying the
Coutinho,
the
that's what they
passes
mentioned
put,
Coutinho.
and
You did
getting
mention
the
that.
goals and stuff. Like,
Coutinho played in the front 3 when he was there as well.
he sort
He
of
played on
did,
the
yeah.
left, didn't he?
He played on the left, the front 3.
Yeah, well, you'd take Coutinho over Origi, wouldn't you?
But that's not the point. They're talking about the midfield.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're playing Fabinho, they're playing Henderson. They're both side passing players.
There's still a
Henderson
long way to go,
especially
man.
will never get the ball and be right. I'm going to attack the defence. I'm going to look for a pass. Henderson is a passing. It's like Barry Ferguson, passes back, passes sideways. That's what they do. They get all the credit. Like what a fantastic captain he is. Well, what's he doing, mate? He passes the back and the side of the
You know,
time.
until yesterday,
That's someone else.
It was like because there was a whole stats about Jorginho like hitting that bracket of most passes in a season without assisting a goal, or without creating a goal or scoring a goal or something. Obviously, he scored over the weekend, but Barry Ferguson was
it?
the,
Because that's all he did.
the next 2 down. I think it was. He was in the
Was
top.
it?
Yeah,
Because
was
I swear to God.
out of the top 4, Barry Ferguson had 2 seasons worth of it.
Everyone was
Yeah,
banging
yeah.
back. He wasn't a bad player. He was
From what I remember, he was a good
Rangers
player.
fan, so he was a great Rangers captain, but it was because of the way he was vocally. But it's like everyone was like, honestly, you get the ball, you just get the ball, turn, pass it back. Everyone go, look at that, look at how he just keeps the ball. It's like, mate, he just fucking keeps passing it back. So look at that. Look, he just passed it to his mate 3 yards away. That's fantastic. Yeah. You can't teach that.
Well,
He keeps just
If
passing
you can make a living out of it,
Hey,
do you know what I
honestly,
mean?
I
And he
know.
made a very good living out of it.
He obviously did.
Who's he manager of now?
Peterborough?
No,
I want to say
you're
Peterborough.
thinking Darren Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, I am, yeah.
Plymouth.
He's manager of Kelty Hearts, which
who?
was a non-league Scottish team called Kelty Hearts, a Fife team.
Are they?
Started by Hearts supporters.
I was going to say, are they affiliates anyway affiliated to Hearts?
Well, it was started by Hearts supporters back in the day because they're called like basically Fife Hearts, basically they're called. But he's apparently one of the highest paid. He's apparently better paid than like some in League One and League Two managers because like they've got like a millionaire owner who's just like got Barry Ferguson, this guy Bob Malcolm, and this manager, assistant manager. So apparently he's on quite a decent wage. Like not a part-time wage, like a serious full-time wage.
Wow.
And he's in the lowland army.
So, you not feeling positive about the league, and then
I'm kind of mentally preparing to not win the league.
Right.
If that sounds, that's a weird
Well, I
thing
would
to
be
sort of
prepared
say
for that because that is-
because
Shut up. Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't start to mentally prepare. I would mentally prepare for it.
I think actually it's a good point. Us being second might actually help us. It might actually help us. It might take that pressure off a little bit and just be like, look, we have to, just keep going, do what we're doing. It's weird smashing like Watford 5-0, looking free flowing, looking really good, and then going into a Merseyside derby where Everton, let's face it, aren't the greatest squad at the moment. We should be beating them.
yeah. That's the thing, isn't it?
It's frustrating to watch, like to watch like Mane doing that back heel and doing all like just looking amazing.
Because of these midweek games,
and
it's
then you
sort of
watch
like-
it and you're like,
You forget, because like we were talking about this last week, and then the midweek games made it like, oh, there's a peak.
yeah.
And then this happens again, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
exactly.
that Mane goal was great. That
It
back
was,
heel.
yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly.
Done so well.
Right, let's touch on a few of the other games then. Man United winning very luckily, should we say,
Yeah.
against Southampton.
Yeah.
Do you see some of the goals? Southampton
I
goals.
don't see them.
There was
they
three
were-
absolute
they were-
crackers in that.
Yeah.
Like Valerie's goal, the first
Yeah.
one, and then Pereira. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scored one. And
then
then Ward-Prowse's
Ward-Prowse's
free kick was
was-
unbelievable.
Was it?
man.
I've not-
great.
I've not seen
These-
I've not seen
these-
highlights.
The shots on him to beat, especially when the Hayes in goal and he's getting done like that.
Yeah.
Because they were bang right in the corner.
If you get a goal against De Gea, you've hit the ball well, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that Valerie's one was good. And then the commentator was like, I mean, they liked that one, but then when Pereira scored, he went mental and was like, that's even better. I was like, is it? Is it even better? I mean, they're both brilliant, but it was like, I just have a feeling that everyone loves Man United, so I'm just like...
Really? No, I'm joking.
Exactly.
I'm joking.
They do. Of course they do.
Do we? Do we?
Do we?
No.
We're saying we. And Chelsea winning 2-1. Do you see the
Yeah.
game? Was it?
Yeah, I mean,
Keeper back in the
watch
team.
it.
Tell us about that, Russ. Why is Keeper back in already? Why is he?
Well, he's obviously his number one. It was like there was one or two ways he was going to do it, wasn't there? He was going to either keep Caballero in the whole time until Caballero made a mistake and then put Kepa back in, or it was literally a case of, right, I'm keeping
You're getting
you-
ticked off.
I'm
like-
keeping you out for this one game, even though it was a really important game.
Yeah.
And just to touch on that, because obviously I said last week it was more important than the cup final.
Yeah.
And they pulled it out of the bag midweek. So, I mean, Spurs were not great. And there was only one shot on target in the whole game. So, but it was a good game to watch.
Yeah.
So to win that and win the game against Fulham, I mean, Fulham had a lot of chances. We weren't good by any stretch. I mean,
Yeah.
but 6 points brings us closer to the rest of the
Really
pack.
tight, isn't it, for that top four? You can see Spurs actually dropping out of there.
Well,
where
Spurs,
they're
Spurs,
playing.
were,
Like-
Spurs were lucky, weren't they? I mean, we all watched
Yeah.
it at the weekend. Aubameyang should have buried that penalty. Like,
Should have.
when we all said, didn't we, when he stood up, it was like, look how nervous he looked.
Yeah.
He didn't
I
look
don't know why he
confident.
looked so
I
nervous.
spoke to my dad 5 minutes after, and he was saying, "How nervous did Aubameyang look?" I
He
said,
looked- he looked
So if it-
petrified.
If it
I don't know what it
if
was.
it was, first of all, don't take it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not up for this.
Yeah.
Or if it is, he's like, right, I'm going to fucking smash this here. Because
Yeah.
the chances are, even if you're not, you smash it. It's the keeper's
Yeah.
got to make an amazing save to save it.
Exactly. It was
Yeah.
such a poor penalty.
It was terrible.
But at the time, I didn't notice, but I watched it on the highlights, the encroachment. So should it have been taken again? Do you
Oh,
see?
I didn't even see
No,
that.
I didn't see that.
Vertonghen was pretty much in the box when the penalty was taken. And
I mean,
then,
they never look at that though.
I mean,
do
that
they?
would cause an absolute.
no, but then he saved, did that tackle
got rid of the
and got rid of
rebound.
the rebound.
I don't know.
So because of his
yes.
encroachment,
You
he
see
was already there to make that challenge.
Oh yeah,
so
Aubameyang was right on it.
because he was right on it.
But
So yeah,
Aubameyang-
he did
I didn't
actually
notice.
have-
Do you know what?
Yeah, I didn't notice it at the
If
time,
we
but I
didn't-
noticed in the.
I mean, these kind of things. I'm sure before we had VAR, everyone analysed every little thing. These things happen in penalties all the time. First of all, if you get a penalty, you got to score the penalty. If you don't, you got to get the rebound. You've got to throw yourself into the rebound. And Aubameyang didn't. Aubameyang was standing there, looking like he looked like he was drunk or
like he
something.
was
He was like,
lost,
oh, I don't
yeah.
know, ball's coming against him. Well, I don't really want to tap it in. Fucking throw your fucking body in it,
penalty
mate.
decision as well. I was sort of like on the fence about it. Like,
No, I think it was a penalty.
it looked like a penalty, and
I
then
think it was
other angles
Looked
it
soft.
didn't look that bad.
Yeah, it
It looked
I think it was a
like-
penalty.
and it's like Harry Kane's penalty was great, but that shouldn't have been. A
That
penalty
shouldn't have been,
because it was
yeah.
offside.
Yeah,
Wait,
100%.
they said about the whole thing of when he went for the ball, that should have been flagged, but it didn't.
No.
So it's like, yeah, Spurs, they're not having a great time at the minute of it.
No. I don't think they're doing very
So
well.
it's
at
all
all.
getting it can go any way. I think.
Yeah, I think it's.
top four now.
Yeah, it can be. I think there's a.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It is exciting. So, John, obviously we're recording the podcast and things have happened. Can we have like a reflective account of what happened to Hearts against Celtic? Have you had time to calm down? It's been, we're not recorded since.
I mean, I have. I mean, I kind of almost forgot about it there, but now you brought it back up.
Sorry,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
Sorry
That's
to
fine.
bring.
I'll
Sorry to
quickly
bring
go
it
over
up.
it.
So tell us
you know
what
what,
happened.
it's always a tough
What
game.
happened throughout the match?
It's always a tough game against Celtic, right? It's the champions coming. But Hearts are not, like normally with the Tynecastle with the crowd behind them. It's a tough place to come. So anyway, Hearts were all over them basically for the first 20 minutes. Celtic couldn't get out of the half. Hearts just pinned them back and were going at it. And Hearts should have scored a couple of times, which was really annoying because it was like you've got to take these chances because otherwise if you don't, Celtic will break away and score. It's exactly what they did. Hearts had a free kick. It wasn't dealt with properly. Celtic cleared it away. Hearts had most of their players up the park. Celtic broke away 3 against 2. Pass, back in it, which is really annoying. First shot on target, first shot on goal, and then we had this right back, young guy for the youth team who came on last season a few times, did quite well. Then he broke his leg. He was out for a year. He started his first match in over a year, but played at left back because we're so short of fullbacks. So he playing at left back, and he's trying to make an impact. He's went up for a header, leading with his arm. The referee's taking he's went with his elbow. I don't think it was. He never made any contact with the player. You've seen it yourself.
Yeah,
he never made any contact with
I've
the
got
player.
to say, like, we did watch it when you showed me it, and the replay doesn't look bad.
No.
But it's because of the speed he goes
Yeah.
up for the ball.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, come on, that's a red card."
Well, anyway.
But when you see it
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
it doesn't look as bad.
I mean,
because he's not actually led with his
there's
arm
certain
properly.
players
Yeah.
and certain teams that would never even get booked for that at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, absolutely.
I can imagine.
So anyway, so we got a straight red card for that. So that's in the first half. So Hearts are 1-0 down at half time, playing against 10 men. Momentum's gone. So I'm thinking game over. It's going to finish 3 or 4 on now. Celtic will just capitalise on this. Hearts are heads are down. Typical Hearts. And then second half, Hearts came out and we took off Stephen Naismith at half time. And we put on a midfield player, but he's a kind of guy that's 110% player who just gets stuck in everything. So we packed the midfield and left the boy at Page up front, who's an absolute warrior. And then we just completely battled him.
Is he becoming one of your favourites?
He's a good player, a really good player. He's a man mountain, and so we kept battling him, and then we got a penalty. 25 minutes to go, scored the penalty 1-1. And then I was thinking, well, Hearts going to sit back here and let Celtic come at them and just try and break away. They did a lot of time, but Hearts did break away a few times and broke away well and tried to get men up the park. And we had a couple of chances to win it, which I really annoyed me. There was a couple of free kicks and a couple of corners that came in. I was like, Hearts could score here. And then, again, typical Celtic, but typical Hearts. 92nd minute, 3 minutes, there was 92nd minute. The players have been working their socks off the whole second half, obviously covering up for the man's been down. And it was Ollie Lee, Rob Lee's son.
Naming and shaming, are you?
He's so guilty. He is so guilty. He's so guilty of not playing 100% all the time and stopping and closing down and just falling asleep in the middle of the park. And if there's any way you shouldn't fall asleep, it's the middle of the park. And so he's standing looking. Listen, he's standing.
I love that line. There's any way you shouldn't fall asleep. It's in the middle of the park.
Well, it is.
Correct.
It's set midfield.
Maybe in goal.
Oh, we're gonna have to play around him now.
Maybe in goal. I'll give you that, Rag. But then, so Celtic has got to be.
They can still hit you if you lie down.
Celtic got to be chance at the corner and stuff, and they can pass it back and stuff. But Hearts players are closing themselves down, so Celtic get pinned back. And the ball goes to Scott Brown, and Ollie Lee, who needs to go right, close Scott Brown down, is standing 10-15 yards from him and looking at the Hearts, looking at the Hearts defence and going, just put his arms out as if he's saying, right, I'm going to block this, 10-15 yards away, mate, because he's probably knackered, so he's like looking at Scott Brown. Scott Brown goes, oh right, I'll take a touch in. Pings it in the box, header, 2-1 Celtic. It's just unbelievable. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck?
You sort of hit the nail on the head there, though, didn't you? Because, obviously we don't think about it. Like, I'm just playing like devil's advocate with this, but it's like you just said they've been running around for like, how long was it, 10 men?
Yeah. An hour.
Man down.
So he probably was fucked.
Yeah, probably was.
To a point where he's just like, I can't move.
Well,
I know.
It's 30 seconds
I know it's still
ago.
not the
It's 30
excuse.
seconds ago.
I know it's still not the excuse, but it's like.
But do you know what? The whole Hearts ethos, and the same with a lot of other teams. Everyone's saying, we've been like that. Hearts tradition is you fight in battle and blood. Before you got in Tynecastle, Liverpool got You Never Walk Alone.
Yeah.
Hearts have got Dave Mackay with his quote saying, "Blood will never show on a maroon jersey," which basically says, "Fucking battle, battle, battle." So if you stop, you go, well,
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he did say that.
Great quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blood will never show on a maroon jersey. And if you go, well, I've done 92 minutes. Last minute, I'll just chat. I've done my bit. Well, you've not done a bit because the boys pinged in the box and they've scored their goal. So you fucked it. But I was in my living room watching it. I was going, keep pressing. I'm obviously shouting, keep pressing. I'm going, good, blah, blah. And I got to Brown and I'm going, close him down, Lee, close him down. Brown pings at the box.
I love that.
I was like, oh fuck. But obviously the girls love it. I'm thinking they probably think I'm fucking mental. So I'm smashing the living room looking at it. But it's just like, and Lee's going, oh well, I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd fucking rip his face off, man. Everyone else is pinging about 100 mile an hour.
Right, so now I've
You just got over that, Rag.
well and truly riled you up. I'm gonna put a question to all of us. We've received an email from a Kalpa and it reads, "Hi gentlemen. Question for you all, but in particular John, I guess. Can the Scottish Premiership, Ladbrokes Premiership, ever be seen as a top league in Europe and not a stepping stone league? If a manager has a chance to create history by winning a treble of domestic trophies, but instead hightails to finish 10th at best in the Premier League." Love to hear your thoughts. A Kalpa.
Gotta say, great worded question as well.
It's a great question.
Thank you, Kalpa.
Go on, John.
You'll have
what
to
are you
be with me
thinking?
here. I will get through as quickly as possible. First of all, first part of the question: will it ever be one of the top leagues in Europe? Right now, no. The foreseeable future, no. There's not enough money in the game. Okay, we're in an island. We've got England there, which is the biggest league in the world. That will always be number one. So Scotland is always. I was going to say Hearts. Hearts will always be behind that. Probably will be. So Scotland will always be behind. Until there's a significant investment in Scottish football, we won't be one of the top leagues in Europe. But the Dutch league, we got Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, big teams. They're not one of the top leagues in Europe either.
No.
You got plenty of other leagues that aren't the top leagues in
There
Europe.
isn't that many top leagues.
No. You got England, Spain, Italy, Germany. That's it, right? So, and look at the size of those countries. So anyway, second part of the question, I've been talking about this all week about Rodgers. And Rodgers was actually, I think it was Rodgers actually.
To anyone who listens.
Yeah.
Sat on the bus.
Passing by.
I think in Scotland everyone's been talking about it. But I think Rodgers himself hit the nail on the head with this when he was asked the question at his press conference with Leicester, when the guy said, so Brendan, a lot of people asking, why Leicester? You've left one of the biggest, apparently one of the biggest teams in the world to come to Leicester when you got a chance to create history with treble, your dream job, this and that. So are Leicester a bigger club than Celtic then? I mean, absolutely crazy question. So Rodgers hit the nail on the head. He took up a few minutes. He was like, well, let's get one thing clear, which is, for me, as much as I pain to say it, in England, there's nobody bigger than Celtic. You've got Man United, you've got Liverpool, who are up there. As big a club in the world as Celtic institution, there's nobody bigger than
Man
Celtic.
United bigger than Celtic.
Wow. Come
Surely.
on.
If, for argument's sake, I'll give you that.
Surely.
For argument's sake, I'll give you
No,
that.
I'm only talking like
Right.
revenue-wise. I mean, if you're
Worldwide,
talking globally
yeah.
as
Global
a global
appeal.
brand,
Yeah.
Man
That's what I
United
mean.
has got to be the bigger one.
Well, but Celtic are up there.
Definitely up there.
Rodgers won't lie when he says one of like biggest clubs, top 10 biggest clubs in the world.
I give you
They're
top
absolute-
10. Yeah, I wouldn't-
absolute-
Yeah, I give
absolute-
you top 10.
I wouldn't
absolute
disagree,
institution in the world, right? So the guy's question when he says, "Are Leicester a bigger club than Celtic?" Completely stupid question. They're not like, but the fact of the matter is, Rodgers is saying, "Yeah, I could have created history if not saying they will win the Scottish Cup or the league because they might not."
Yeah.
The Hearts are still in the Scottish Cup, by the way, as we speak. They're playing in half an hour, but anyway, as they speak. However, he could have, if it all went well, created history, been the first manager ever to win treble. Anyway.
Well, that's what everyone thought, wasn't it? They would
but
stay
it goes a
for
lot further than
that.
that because he's thinking to himself. The fact is, he's brought some good players to Celtic and he sold them all for a lot of money. He sold Dembele to Lyon for 20 million. And how much money has he seen of that to buy new players? Because he's going, you wouldn't have had Dembele if it wasn't for me. So I should get the 20 million to spend, not just to win the league or to fight Rangers, Hearts, whoever else, to win the league, to do well in
Champions
Europe.
League,
Because
yeah.
when was the last time Celtic got past the past group stage in Champions
That's
League?
it. We're not talking win it. It's just to put in a
to
good
progress,
fight.
To take Celtic to the next level.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about one of the biggest clubs in the world, but they can't get any further than the group stage of Champions League when they get there.
Yeah.
So he's saying to the board, listen, I'm getting offers left, right and centre here. I want to stay here. I need the money. Give me money to spend so I can take this next level. And all I've signed this year is loan players. Loan players who can't get the game for Borussia Dortmund or can't get the game for whoever else, Ajax or whatever, right? So he's like, well, they're still big clubs. He's like, that's not the next level. So Leicester come in and going, listen, we've shown where we can go. We'll give you whatever you want to spend. We want back in the Champions League. We want back there.
Do you not think that as a second part to that, it's hard to attract players to that league because it's not like PSG sort of time where you're getting attracted to that league for like you're getting money thrown at you.
Yeah.
But when you look at all the other teams and the sort of players they're buying, they're not buying anywhere near those sort of players.
No.
Do you see what I mean? So as a challenge for a player moving on to a next level, do you think that's probably not a great prospect for them, is it?
Well,
they go to this. I mean, they'll win. They're probably going to win a medal or two. Do you know what I mean? But then it's like, well, what else are we going to do? Is that not a problem?
Well, that's what Rodgers is saying. Rodgers is saying that he's there because he's not because he was out of work. He was out of work because he had no other offers. Rodgers could have walked into a lot of other jobs. Rodgers saying, I'm a Celtic man, always will be, but I want to take Celtic to the next. I don't just want to win the league and say win the league in the cup and say that's an achievement. I want to take Celtic to the next.
So
level.
why didn't he
wants
stay?
money.
Why didn't he stay
Because
to
he
the
wasn't-
end of the season? If he wants to move on, stay to the end of the season. He's got a chance to make that history.
Because the job
go down in folklore for all the supporters, and then they won't begrudge Rodgers probably going at the end of the season. Look, I've not been backed in a transfer. I'm going to go. I'm going to seek a different opportunity.
That goes to Leicester.
Leicester told him now or never.
Yeah.
Rodgers asked to wait till the summer, and they said we're not waiting for you.
Yeah, but
because from Leicester's point of view,
Leicester.
Well, they'll get someone
In the
else.
summer, he's got Chelsea to pick from, hasn't he? You know what I mean? Like it could.
Well, that's what I said. No, that's the second. That's actually.
Who knows
right.
who's going to get sacked in the summer?
That is actually the second part.
Is there a bigger team, bigger than Leicester, or
no,
someone
but
else?
before we move on to the other team, you've got to think about Leicester for the fact that they're like where they are in the league. They're not in trouble relegation wise, so they're thinking get him in now, give him 10, 12 games, let him sort out the players that he feels get to know them, and then he knows what players he wants from that core squad. But so that they can start a fresh new year with someone who has.
But if it's you with that heart, I'm a Celtic through and through, kind of, I've got family that supports Celtic, like it's a big part of my life and everything like that. Surely, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, I'm not going to leave now. Like, surely, like he's just going to go down in.
I think.
Oh, he just bottled it. He walked out on us.
That's what they're saying. That's what Celtic supporters are saying, and they're taking them. They've had banners at every game, being like never a sell, always a fraud. And there's a lot of things going on. But the thing,
after all he's done,
I
know.
Has he done a lot? It's like I know. It's like could have trouble, but Celtic won the league the last 7 years, and they've won the cup a lot of times.
I mean, I think it says more about the rest of the league.
I think it says more. No, it says more about like having that passion and having that. This is my club, so I'm going to do this. That when you come into a club, and then you got to back that up. If he's leaving him high and dry almost.
But he's
isn't
not though,
he?
because they're 7 points top of the league. They're 7 points clear at the top of the league, and they will go and win the league. Neil Lennon's a great replacement for him.
David Moyes is interested.
David Moyes is interested in fucking coming tonight for the podcast, mate. If you come enough money. Listen, a few other points to add to that.
David, if you are interested, please come along.
Yeah, get in touch.
Double on.
Contact yes at gmail.com.
There's a few other points to add to that. People are on stupid ladding as well. Well, maybe it's the money. There's so much money in the Premier League, the biggest league in the world. They probably have a lot more money. Brendan Rodgers has got 5 businesses. He's actually a multi-millionaire. I think he said he was worth about 40 million or something. The guy's absolutely loaded anyway. So it's not about the money. And also the other part of it is well renowned, the sectarianism in Scottish football, especially in the west coast of Scotland. And the fact is, you can't go out with your family in Glasgow. Basically, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
And they bring his kids up and stuff like that. It's a horrendous problem. And he's thinking, do you know what? Maybe there could be the. I don't know if I've not spoken to Brendan, but it could be the case where he's saying, do you know what? I'm after the Premier League are offering me big money as well. I definitely think just to finish on that it's not the case where he's like, I'm going to take Leicester and new thing. Leicester will never beat what Ranieri did. Leicester won the Premier League. They'll never beat that again. They'll never do that. I don't think they'll ever do that again. Even if he does do it again, he's not a hero. Ranieri was the first one to do it. I'm pretty sure what he's thinking is, I want to get back to the Premier League, have a 2 or 3 good seasons there with my management team, take Leicester to keep them trying maybe 6th place, play good football.
That's what I think.
He wants the Arsenal or Chelsea job. That's what he's looking for. That's what he's looking for, the Arsenal or Chelsea.
That's what I think so. Because I think from what happened with Liverpool, I mean, he did so well there, but it didn't end well.
No,
it felt like personally he wanted to go back to prove something.
Yeah.
And I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, go to a team like Leicester, who have got potential of doing something, because they've got like a core of sort of a lot of young players and decent players there. That there is something potentially they could do. Obviously, like you said, not win the league, but then
if he
to be
takes
noticed by someone
top
else.
5, top 6.
Yeah, anyone that breaks into that top 6 is that you've
If
done
it's a
well.
case where Leicester finish above Man United or Chelsea or Arsenal,
Well, like what we said last week, it's just every year it seems now that it is like 2 different leagues at the top and then
I suppose.
a load at the bottom.
yeah. So if he plays attractive, even if he finishes 7th, if he plays attractive football, Leicester win some big games, and Leicester look good like the way they're playing and stuff, because he's into that. He's into he's very, very football philosophy, not just hoofball. So if he does that, that's what he's wanted. It's not because he can say what he wants. He's like, I want to be here forever. I'll be at Leicester, and I want to take Leicester. Is it fuck? He wants the Arsenal and Chelsea job, and that's the quickest way to get it.
So, but I hate that whole thing of like going into a job, especially with Celtic, saying, I've got family that support it, and I've got it's in my blood, this, that, the other. I can't. There's got to be some integrity. If he's a multi-millionaire and he doesn't need the money, I take your point. Go to Leicester, have some good seasons, and put yourself in the frame for that, that next level, so to speak, Premier League job. But finish what you started, man. Why walk out now?
That's going with your heart, though, Rag. That's what leads with your heart.
He should go with his heart.
He should go with your head.
No, but like he's saying, maybe like you don't think about the outside things. Like you brought up, which is a very good point. It's like Celtics, especially where he's living, is such a high power position.
Yeah, I suppose.
There's a lot of spotlight on you there, and obviously the rivalry is fierce.
Yeah.
You're going to have an easier life in Leicester, aren't you?
Well, the other thing is, I'm saying I think Celtic will win the league. I do think so. But what the case is, Rodgers is saying now, the fact that Rangers are behind Aberdeen, Hearts obviously were top of the league until fucking threw it away. But even he may be thinking now there is more money in Scottish football. Scottish football coming back a little bit. He's like, what if I don't win the league? What if Celtic slip up a few times? What if there's a bit of unrest with the thing about Leicester and stuff? Celtic drop a few games, Rangers start winning, Aberdeen start winning, and Celtic finish second. Then he's like, and everything I've done is fucked. You'll never be offered the Leicester job.
But
else if Celtic don't win the league.
But the thing is, that's a bit of a cop-out way of looking at it.
No, but that could be the way. That could be the way. He's like, right now, I'm on for the treble.
Yeah, I'm on for a treble, but rather than do it, I'm just.
Yeah.
Just in case I don't, I'm going to fuck off.
And then the other side of that,
that's a weird way of looking at it.
The other side of it,
he's
he wins it. He does the trouble. He's down in history, and
but he's still,
someone else is like looking for a manager that I don't know.
I don't think his situation, if he won the treble, and if he went left now, it would make any difference. It's not as if it's like if he won the treble, then Chelsea would go in for him. It's like, but if Chelsea wanted him, Chelsea would go for him now.
No, they wouldn't.
Not right now.
Not right now, but it wouldn't make any difference if he won the treble or not. I think like
So you're saying he's
walk
got
in
more
Chelsea
to lose?
exhibitions.
He's got more to lose by not winning that treble. So like you say, so if he didn't win the league,
I don't think his stock
he's
goes
not.
down.
I know. I
his
still
stock goes down.
I don't think his stock
I
goes
think
down that
his
much.
stock would go down if he didn't win the league.
Not that much.
Because if you're 7 points clear Rangers, who are been up and down as well, and Gerrard's first season, Gerrard pumps you to it, then Rodgers going up second to Gerrard. It's like so everyone on the outside, not Scottish football, because everyone knows what Scottish football's been like. In 2 or 3 years, it's come up a lot more. But everyone will be like, well, what's happened is Rodgers has won the league when there's no one been there. But as soon as Gerrard comes in with Rangers, Gerrard wins the league, so Rodgers is still a second-hand
Do you think
manager.
Gerrard will win the league with Rangers?
No, I don't. I think Gerrard's a fucking idiot anyway.
On that note, thank you for your question, Akalpa. And
Cheers, mate.
Did we actually answer the question there?
I think we kind of did, yeah. No, that was enjoyable. And if you've got a question for us, you can write in, contact yes@gmail.com. We are on Twitter as well. It's at @football_humans. And on Instagram, we do post pictures every now and again, so you can check us out there if you want to follow us. And we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to discuss Instagram in a bit more detail, I think. So, here we go. The game has gone. John Berry has announced that the game's just gone. The game is over.
I mean, there's been loads of examples of that. It's not just this. There's been loads of examples.
Here's the example.
Show me it.
Mario Balotelli.
Yeah.
He scored a goal for Marseille, and he's run across. To be fair, it was a great goal. It was an overhead kick. Like, do you see it?
No, I
it
haven't
was a
actually
great goal.
seen
It was a pretty decent goal. But the reason John Berry has come out and said and proclaimed that the game has gone is because he ran over, grabbed a phone,
From a cameraman, right?
Yeah.
and stuck it on his Instagram story or whatever, like his celebration with his teammates.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're all probably going to agree, but I'm just going to put it out there. Are we agreeing that this shouldn't happen? He should have been given a red card, maybe sent off.
No,
told
no. Not sent off.
never do that again.
No.
He should be banned
no.
from
I mean,
ever
Rack,
playing.
You're getting very militant about it.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
The point is,
The point is that players shouldn't, celebrate a goal in that way. There's a line that's been crossed.
the reason this has been brought up because I said before, it's only going to matter time until players start taking selfies on the pitch, right? And I only said that about 3 or 4 months ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
But the reason is because it's completely controlled by players filming like Instagram, like everyone's social media. Like while the teammates are playing, if they're injured, they're filming Instagram, taking selfies. Jesse Lingard in the dressing room, like dancing and stuff. And it's footballers. I don't care what you do in your personal life, but when it comes to football, when it's night, when you're playing, or if you're on the bench, or if you're in the stands, you're there to support your mates. You're there to warm up, to be ready to come on to support your club. Or you're there to get 100% for your club on the pitch, because that's why you get paid 250 grand a week for it. Okay, there's no way. This is football. This is football. It's not Instagram. It's not social media. We don't need any more garbage like that. So when he scores a goal, he should be celebrating it for his fans who paid all the money to come and see the game, and he should be right. Let's get back, because it was only 1-0 or something, 2-0 at the time anyway.
2-0, yeah,
so he made it 2-0. So let's go back. Let's think of this focus and make sure we see out the game. Let's not go and grab a phone and take selfies, and it's the most pathetic thing ever. And it's just typical Mario Balotelli as well.
Do you know what? Can I
Let's
throw a different
Well,
argument
I was gonna throw a different argument. You go first.
Because when you messaged it, I thought exactly the same thing as him. I thought, the game's gone. The game's gone. But then...
Did you think my team? Any insight into your team?
Oh, no, not my team at all.
You not think
I just thought,
is it
happened? Not just a progression of a goal celebration? What I started to think about is all the goal celebrations of growing up, of how they became quite iconic. And they're not just like running across and celebrating with a crowd. I'm talking like Bebeto doing the baby thing, which Roger Miller dancing in the corner flag. It's like,
Gazza in the
but the thing is,
chair.
when you're growing up, getting into football, those things make it like more interesting. Like people were doing Roger Miller in the playground. Like,
That's fine.
That's fine.
But that's got nothing to do with social media.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's just an extension of a celebration. This one is too far. I mean, there's like...
But where does it
There was
stop?
an NFL one last year where the guy ran. He'd hid a phone in like where they kick through them, whatever they're called, and he got fined for doing it, because it's sort of like it's unsportsmanlike to do something
Yeah.
like that. Basically, that's what he got fined for doing. But all he did was hold it to his ear and stuff like that.
No, really? Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't like it at all. But it's like you wouldn't want to take goal celebrations out of football. Do you know what I mean? But that's too far.
Would you like to see a Hearts player after he scored, as a fan, given that insight into this is what it looks
Mate,
like?
I'm telling you right
he's
now.
on the pitch
if Hearts
and
played
like that kind of thing.
I'd fucking go for him. I'd want him dropped. It's so embarrassing. It's so terrible. Like the football stadium for the club you support. I've talked about this with my mates before, Hibs mates. Whatever's gone in your life, you've always got that for your memories or whatever, through your parents, your grandparents, or going to that same stadium. You go in there when you feel like when you've been a child and stuff, and you grow up. It's always the same stadium. So you go there, you want to see your team giving 100% for you, the club, everything. Celebrate when you score, celebrate with you. Not get a phone out and selfie in it and doing your videos and
So
put it
you're
on
saying-
Instagram and stuff. It's completely ridiculous.
So you're saying it's because it's
horrendous.
a selfish act?
It's not
And
selfish,
It's
it's
not
pathetic.
it's not a reflection on like the team ethos of like playing for your
Well, the
team.
team were involved in
It's
it,
a
weren't they?
selfie.
But
So
hold on.
But the thing
it's,
is-
it's about me and
The
it's
team
about,
got
like,
involved in
my
it.
ego and all that.
What you've got to remember at this
Yeah,
this
they
thing.
did, yeah, they
what you've got to
celebrated
remember
that,
is the
yeah.
preparation, which makes it worse. Because like things like Roger Miller, he could have just run over to the flag, and he just likes that dance, and he just did it.
Yeah.
Beto, he could have just thought, like,
Yeah.
I'm having a baby, just randomly.
Yeah.
Something like that is pre-planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many times has he given that phone to that cameraman? He's not scored. Do you know what I mean? And this has just happened to me. Like, or if he gets a tap in, is he going to do that? He's just like, oh, I'll leave it. I won't use it now. Has that been there since he's been at Marseille? Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
That's so funny. I've not thought of
it's
that.
just like at one point the cameraman's like, do you want me to get out that phone again?
Yeah.
Like, just like waiting for the
Make
moment.
sure it's signed
Yeah.
into my
And
account.
also, he's obviously had to prepare this with like, all the other Marseille players.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
instead
it's
of
like the
thinking, how we're
NFL
gonna-
ones. The NFL ones are so like scripted and stuff that it's just like,
Instead of how we're going to beat Saint-Etienne and completely focus on the game, like again back to Man United, how Roy Keane and Paul Scholes and Gary Neville would be to beat Liverpool. It's like, give me a phone out who gets selfies and stuff like that. What would happen if Roger Federer hit an ace at Wimbledon? Is he going to get a phone and take a selfie? What's happening in Six Nations if England go through with a Calcutta Cup, last minute trying in Scotland? Selfie? No, you wouldn't do that. It's pathetic. It needs to be cut out. It's ridiculous. It's so bad.
Right, let's have a poll. Get in touch with us and see if you agree. Should it be cut out of the game? Is there a place for it? Send us any thoughts you have on it and any questions to the Football Humans. It's contact yes@gmail.com, and we'll look forward to reading your comments and what you think about it. John, quite passionately, thinks it should be out the game. Michael, what are you thinking?
no, I think it's too much. But
Too much?
It did make me think like about the other celebrations, and just like I wouldn't want to cut out other.
Wouldn't want to
celebrations.
cut out celebrations. It's inventive.
But there is a line, yeah.
But I agree. I hadn't thought of what you said when it's like he's planned that. He might have planned that from the start of the season.
Because who was it who had like Spider-Man mask in their sock or something? Actually, wasn't it Aubameyang that used to do that?
Did
Had
he?
a Batman mask or something?
He might have done actually. I
I
don't know.
can't remember who it was, but it's just like, how long have you played
How
with
long
that
have
mask
you
in your
played-
sock?
yeah.
mate? Like-
Yeah, it's a bit random. So
Beyond random. Shocking.
There's that Ian Wright one as well, when when he's going to score 100 goals or whatever. And he had, or 101 or something it was. It was a Nike shirt, and he pulled the shirt up at the wrong time.
Yeah, no, yeah.
oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He did it like one goal too late.
What's your favourite celebration? For me, sorry John, against Scotland, Gaza, dentist chair. I thought that was a brilliant celebration.
See, again,
that was
that's got to be rehearsed again as well, though, isn't it?
But-
Anyone scores, that's
But
what
you
we're doing.
say that. I don't think because at the time, obviously, Gascoigne was in like the papers and he'd gone through that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I actually think that was in the moment, and that was kind
What,
of like
to squirt the bottle in his mouth?
yeah, they probably no because he kind of like gestured to one of them like
Yeah,
I'll do
I
that,
suppose,
you know. And
yeah.
I think it was kind of I personally think it was in the moment. I thought it was genius. I thought it was so funny. Favourite celebration, John?
Craig Beattie for Hearts last minute against Celtic in the Scottish Cup semi-final.
What did he do?
The reason it made it so funny is because he scored. Hearts got a penalty in the 92nd minute against Celtic. Never happens, but did. Craig Beattie ran up, scored the goal, and then ran round off the pitch from the corner flag. The Hearts fans all the way behind the goal. And he did the old knees up thing, but because there were so many Hearts players in the booking, they would miss the final if they ran off the pitch. The Hearts players just stayed in the corner, and he just ran around his own. In fact, that's a lie. He ran on his own, but there's one guy Ryan McGowan, and he's right back, would just like run behind him, going like that. There's two of them just run around. The Hearts players just like stay off the pitch. Everyone stay in the pitch. He's just like.
Michael, what are you saying?
I like them simple. I like the
Alan Shearer.
Drogba slide to the knees, hands down, like simple. Henri did it as well. It was good. But there was one this year that was quite impressive for like an old wrestler head that I used to be. It was like the old Mankind thing. Did you see that?
Yeah.
For Billy Sharp, Sheffield United.
I didn't see that. No,
He got the sock out.
Oh yeah,
The sock puppet and stuck it in someone's mouth. Yeah.
I didn't see
And
that.
Mankind saw it on a cactus. What's it? Whatever his name is.
Wherever he goes, that's it.
Yeah.
His name was Mankind at the time.
Yeah. I can't remember his name though.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley,
Mick
that's
Foley,
it. Yeah,
that's
Mick Foley. He saw it and was like, "Oh, it was so good," and he got invited along to see Sheffield United play as well. It's just like it was great.
It's weird how like these not going on this at all very quickly. These finishing moves like would never finish it, would they? Like you get battered or something, it's like but you still get up. It's like I've got the finish on there. Put a sock in your hand, just put it in your mouth. Everyone's like, he's finished me now because he's put a sock in my mouth.
No, but there's
Let
some
you know
of,
it's not real.
It is real.
do you know what
not
though?
real.
There is some of them that would finish you. Remember the Undertaker's one, the Tombstone.
Yeah.
Dead.
I mean, that's I wouldn't be getting up and shaking hands with him 10 minutes later. I'd be dead. Yeah. Someone smashes a steel chair through a fucking wooden table. You know what I mean? Yeah, fine. Cheers.
I'm fine.
I'm fine, thanks. Cheers.
Oh, I'll walk that off.
One of those things. Anyway.
Today.
Yeah.
Go on, what's your
Let it
impression?
It wasn't bad actually.
What's the impression?
Right, okay, let me try and get my John Berry zone. It's like, oh hi, I'm John Berry, and I had a chicken, and I put my chicken in a bag, and then I put my chicken in a bag, and I put it in an oven, and then I put some gravy, made some homemade gravy,
How did I make it then?
and then I put some halloumi in it.
How did I make the gravy if you're counting? You're listening? How did I make the gravy? One. Tell me one.
Right? Because Erin thinks I'm like a fucking great cook. so I got my chicken, I like drained it, and I got my
Drained the
flour.
what?
I got my
Drain
flour
it.
and I like mixed it into my sauce.
And what else did I do?
I probably got some Bistro.
No, I didn't get some. I got some butter, and I just whisked it.
It's not bad.
I
Salt and
stand
pepper.
corrected.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Right, thank you.
How's the yoga? All right?
Huh?
How's the yoga or whatever you're doing?
Right, it's quiz time on the Football Humans, and we've been joined
What the
in the
hell is
pub by friend of the show, Jobo. Say hello, Jobo.
Hello, Joe.
And Michael, what is your quiz sounding? Come on, you're all against each other. Come on, what's your?
Can't we play as a team?
No. No. What's your? You going to Awooga?
Awooga.
John? Where are you going?
Awooga.
Where are you going? Jobo, give us a sound.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Love it. Question number 1. As of December 2018, name the 4 football managers to manage in the Premier League at the age of over 70. Go for it.
Roy Hodgson,
Correct.
Bobby Robson,
Correct.
Alec Ferguson,
Correct.
and
As of when?
There is a time limit.
I know the
Harry Redknapp.
Wrong.
Buzz.
Oh,
Arsene Wenger?
wrong.
Awooga. It's Pellegrini.
Wrong.
What?
66.
Neil Warnock, none of you get
Shame.
the point. Which 2 clubs play in the M23 derby?
Mate. I don't even drive. I don't know roads.
Give us a clue.
It's down south, isn't it?
Buzz. Portsmouth and Southampton?
Wrong.
I'm out of clue, please.
I've got nothing for you.
Premier League teams? Joe, but you're still in this. You can still put it
Hey,
down.
oh. Brighton Crystal Palace.
Correct.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
John Berry takes the first point. Question number 3. In the 2018-19 Premier League, starting with the lowest, which 3 clubs had the smallest stadium capacities?
Awuga.
Go for it.
Bournemouth.
Correct. That was shit, just in case.
Fulham.
Wrong. Passes over. Name the next 2. Anyone?
Even the little teams have quite big stadiums,
Yeah.
though, so I'm thinking.
Thank you. Steve, you look like you're having
Do you
fun.
want to pass?
Watford?
Watford
Oh,
third.
Bernie.
Second lowest. We're looking for anyone? Burnley. Right, there we go. We'll just pass it. We'll just carry on.
I thought it was all
Carry on.
Turbo.
Nice.
No, it's fine. Which British team defeated Barcelona both home and away?
Hey, oh. Dundee United.
Correct. John Berry takes a 2-0 lead.
They're in the 80s.
Question number 5. Who once said football is a simple
Hey,
game?
oh. I got first. Bill Shankly.
Wrong.
Danny Blanchflower.
Wrong. Would you like me to? Like,
Yeah.
they're out of the game.
Bob Paisley.
No, let me finish the question, Michael.
We're all back in.
You're all back in. Who once said football is a simple game? 22 men chase a ball for 90 minutes.
Alan Shearer.
Wrong.
I thought he was going to say the Germans win.
At the end, and the Germans always win.
It is.
Oh, I know it is then. If it's not Alan Shearer, I know it is.
You're all in. You're all in.
Gary
Gary
Lineker.
Lineker.
Hey, oh.
Gary Lineker.
It is Gary Lineker. I'm giving it John Berry. He's 3-0 up, guys. You got to fight back. Come on.
I knew that was Lineker. I don't know why I said Shearer. Okay.
Right. This is a fairly hard question. I'm not going to lie. If it was Naranjito in 1982 and Juanito in 1970, who was it in 1966?
Hey, oh.
Awuga. No.
Jeff Hurst.
No.
Awuga. Wembley.
No.
Can I hear the question again?
If it was Naranjito in 1982 and Juanito in 1970, who was it in 1966?
Chicharito.
No. It's about World Cup mascots.
Awuga.
Oh,
Correct.
World Cup Willie.
yeah.
World
yeah.
Cup Willie,
Yeah.
Michael Felton. He's got it. Exactly.
Exactly.
Billy Wright was the first footballer in the world to earn 100 international caps. Spent his whole career at which club?
Wolves.
Correct,
Nice.
Jobo.
Well done.
3 teams have sat at the top of the Premier League only to be relegated in the same season. Can you name them?
Hey, oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
What, you wind it up,
Ready,
are
ready?
you? You wind it
Ready.
up. You
Not
wind it up.
ready, me?
Yeah. I don't know ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Here we
Go on
go.
then. We're ready.
Middlesbrough.
Wrong. Anyone else?
I think Bolton done it.
Correct, Jobo. Yeah, Bolton.
Good work.
That's the only one I can name for certain. Can't be
Any advances?
Sunderland.
No, I'm going to give the point to Jobo. You're right. Yeah, Bolton. It was Charlton and Hull City.
That's what I was going to say next. As well.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Name the top Premier League goalscorer to have never been capped for his country.
Wow, that's a good
Ooh, that's
question.
tough.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
There is a hint.
No. Do you want a hint?
Do you want a hint?
It's got to be
Yeah.
a 1990s player.
It's a really, really shit hint. But it might give it you. The hint is he now has a son named Tyrese playing for Stoke
Hey,
City.
oh. Walker.
Wrong.
Who? Des Walker.
He's got something called
The defender, Des Walker.
He's got a son called
Tyrese from Stoke City. No, that's thrown me off even further.
Yeah, that Premier League goal scorer, Des Walker. We all know, yeah.
Good words.
Threw me even further, that mate.
Brian Dean.
No. I'm going to give you the initials. KC.
Ew. Kevin Campbell.
Correct, John Berry.
He never got capped. No way.
4 Manchester United players have won the European Footballer of the Year. Can you name them?
Law.
Correct.
Charlton.
Correct.
Did they have to win it when I was at Man United, or can they play for it? Like Cristiano Ronaldo, is he one because he played at Man United?
Cristiano Ronaldo's
Okay.
one. I hope you're out there. And the last one?
Last one is
I know the last one.
Everyone knows the last one, surely.
Oh yeah, I do.
oh, I'm not sure. I don't think he won it, but I'm gonna say no. He definitely didn't win it. I'm not gonna say it. George Best.
Correct!
Yeah.
Oh, I would have said Michael Owen actually.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
that
that's
as well.
no, can I
was
just
gonna
say,
say
is
Michael
that the
Owen.
Ballon d'Or? Because Michael Owen's won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I was going to say Michael.
That is Michael Owen's won that as well. That question is wrong.
Well, I'm going off what's on the sheet, and you got it
Someone-
right.
someone
So,
does
He definitely
do
won it.
you want the point
He won
or
it-
not,
he won
Jobo?
it
Do you want
Yes,
the point or
please,
not?
yeah.
Okay, all right. European Footballer of the Year award. Is that different to the Ballon d'Or?
I don't know.
Same thing. Same thing.
Is it?
He won it when Liverpool won the UEFA Cup, I think.
Question number 11. What was introduced for the first time by trainer Donald Coleman in the 1920s at Peterhead Stadium, Aberdeen?
Peter Heath Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pataudry, you mean?
That is the stadium I was referring to, yes. But Peter Reid used to play there, no?
The French Stadium in Aberdeen.
Training vests.
Good answer. That's a great answer. It's wrong.
Ale. Sub jackets. Sub.
So close, but wrong.
What was the question again?
Magic sponge.
Wrong.
Awuga.
Come on.
Substitutes board.
Wrong.
I think we're out.
Dugouts.
Ah,
It was dugouts.
Well, the trainer.
As of 2017, which European football club has supplied a player in the starting lineup of every World Cup final since 1982?
Real Madrid.
Wrong.
Awuga. Inter Milan.
Wrong. Jobo, the question's yours. I will repeat. As of 2017, which European football club has supplied a player in the starting lineup of every World Cup final since 1982?
Bayern Munich.
Correct, Jobo!
Nicely done.
Germany's won it most times, isn't it?
Yeah, very good point.
What's different about the recently launched limited edition Subbuteo table football set featuring Arsenal and Chelsea teams?
What?
Think outside the box.
Can you say that again?
Here we go. What's different about the recently launched limited edition Subbuteo table football set featuring Arsenal and Chelsea teams?
They have their names on their back.
No.
Oh gosh, I don't know how to guess.
I'm not even playing, but I just want to take a step because I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Go for it, mate.
Is it there in your wages?
No.
Oh, like it.
Facial hair.
No.
Well,
You give up?
yeah.
Female teams. England first entered the Football World Cup in 1950s. How many tournaments have they failed to qualify since then?
A lot. 3. Ale. 3.
That's correct. Question number 15. Name the football club with which Jose Mourinho first became a top-tier manager.
Porto.
Wrong. John's frozen out. What are you saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Benfica?
Correct,
thought
Jobo. He pulls it out of the bag. Question number 16. Jamie Carragher made his first team debut for Liverpool under which manager?
Roy Evans.
Correct, John Berry. For a bonus point, in which year?
97.
Correct, John Berry. Which Russian footballer, nicknamed the Black Panther, is widely regarded?
Lev Yashin?
Correct.
Who?
Lev Yashin, the goalie.
Correct, Jobo. Which adhesive manufacturer sponsors 2 English Association football leagues at level 7?
Awuga. Sellotape.
Wrong. 7 to 8 of the English Football League system.
Pritt stick.
Wrong. Having a guess?
I know QPR used to be sponsored by Sellotape.
Can I have another guess?
You can have another guess. Go on, I'll open it out.
Critically.
No?
I can see them doing it.
When I say it, you're all going to go, oh yeah. Evo stick.
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
No, I wouldn't.
Come on. And that concludes the quiz then.
Nice one.
Awesome.
Who won that then?
You battered
John
it,
Berry,
mate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, John's won.
How did I get?
Quite clearly. I got 0, I think.
No, you got 1 right, Michael. Jobo got 1, 2, 3, 4 right. Not bad.
Felt like there was more.
I felt like it was more, to be fair, but there you go. That's the quiz for this week, and
Good scorer.
John's quickly run across into the corner of the pub to watch his beloved Hearts play in the second half.
Pretend to be him.
And Rosie has joined us, and she's going to now pretend to be John Berry for the rest of the podcast. So, what do we think to Hearts' chances of winning the league?
I think at least 100%.
100%.
I think so. I'm going in strong.
Yeah. Do you think they will ever win anything in the rest of my lifetime?
I'm going to go optimistic. I'm going to say at least 6 different tournaments, possibly FA, possibly World Cup, possibly Europa League.
You think Hearts are going to win? You think the Hearts are going to win the World Cup?
I just have this feeling in my waters, you know. You got to think strong, otherwise what's the point, you know? Because I'll jack it all in otherwise. Sorry, John.
On that note, we'll see you next week.